first you, वकील हसन साहब, ये हमें बताइए, कल रात को इसी समय हमने आपसे बात की थी, तब आपका घर डिमोलिश हुआ था, आप रास्ते पर थे। पिछले 24 घंटे आप कहां रहे हैं? क्या पूरी रात आपने रास्ते पर ही गुजारी अपने परिवार के साथ?
जी सर, मैं आज भी उसी रास्ते पे सर, उसी फुटपाथ पे लेटा हूँ अपने बच्चों की तरह। अपने बच्चों के साथ वहीं बैठा रहा पूरे दिन और पूरी रात मैंने वहीं गुजारी है।
और इन 24 घंटों में क्या किसी ने आपसे संपर्क किया और कहा नहीं नहीं हम आपको घर बना कर देंगे? क्योंकि एलजी और मनोज तिवारी जी ने हमें कैमरा पर कहा नहीं नहीं हम आपके लिए घर बनाएंगे। क्या आपको कोई ऐसा आश्वासन मिला है?
नहीं सर, मुझे कोई भी ऐसा आश्वासन अभी उनकी तरफ से कोई मुझे नहीं हुआ है। मेरे सुनने में ही आ रहा है, मैंने खुद भी नहीं देखा है कि वे सिर्फ मीडिया में इस चीज़ का अनाउंस कर रहे हैं। बाकी पर्सनली मुझे किसी ने भी कांटेक्ट नहीं किया इस बात को बताने के लिए कि आपको मकान बनाया जा रहा है या मकान दिया जा रहा है। किसी ने मुझसे कांटेक्ट नहीं किया सर।
ये बताइए, जो कहा जा रहा है कि ये गैर कानूनी जगह पर था, एनक्रोच लैंड पर था, कल रात को आपने हमसे कहा कि आपने पूरे पैसे दिए थे, घर आपने मकान मेहनत से बनाया था। इसका पूरा ब्यौरा दीजिए कि क्या हुआ था।
सर पहली बात तो जहां मैं रह रहा हूं, जिस प्लॉट में रह रहा हूं और डीडीए जिस चीज को बता रहा है एनक्रोचमेंट किया गया है, मैं उसमें 1987 से अब तक के मेरे पास उसके पेपर है सर। दूसरी बात, यहाँ पर जो मैं रह रहा हूँ, मैंने ये जो मकान परचेज किया 2012-13 में किया था। 2008 में ये जो हमारी कॉलोनी थी इसे रेगुलाइज का सर्टिफिकेट दे दिया गया था और 1071 कॉलोनी में ये हमारी जो लिस्टेड है 691 में है सर। ये सब चीजें जैसे यहाँ हमारे यहाँ पे स्कूल भी है, लाइट भी है, पानी बिजली सब कुछ है और सभी चीजें यहाँ पे। ये सब चीजें देखने के बाद ही मैंने यहाँ पर पैसे इस प्लॉट में डाले थे। वो भी सर आज तक मेरे ऊपर इस प्लॉट का जो मैंने इसमें खरीदने के लिए लिए थे वो कर्जा मेरे पे आज भी बाकी है सर।
Najeeb Jung, you are hearing what Wakil Hassan is saying. You know, he's saying he put all his money into this land. This land has been regularized, he says, and was declared now unauthorized, and his house was demolished. How do you explain this, sir?
Rajiv, thank you for this program. I think this is a most timely program for what's happening around us. You know, years ago, Dinkar wrote a book, Sanskriti ke 5 Adhyay, and in that Nehru wrote the introduction, quoting that Bharat ki Sanskriti ka saar kya hai? What is the essence of our culture? And I think the brutality of bureaucracy and civil service is now showing where we have come. Because obviously, very, very obviously, this man who is the poorest of the poor, whom we declared a hero, who was garlanded as he came out, and if you recall, the surprise on the faces of these 12 rat miners, when they came out of the tunnel, how surprised they were to be received and feted with flowers by ministers. His house is today demolished. You mentioned that the Honorable Lieutenant Governor and the MP have promised a house. That's laudable, I think. However, who will compensate for the trauma of the 3 children who were sitting there when the house was demolished? Who will compensate for the trauma that this man is going through sitting on a footpath, just having been feted a few months ago? But let me also tell you the rules of demolition. Government rules are absolutely clear that when you remove an encroachment, particularly of a dwelling, then the person has to be compensated with a space that is as good, if not better, than where he is living. So it is completely out of law to have removed him in the way they did. In the brutality, I'm happy that the cold, bitter winter is not there. Otherwise, these guys would have gone and demolished this house in bitter cold night with those 3 children. And that is unfortunately showing what we have come to. The sense of power
Sure.
Yes.
Because, Mr. Jung, just to add to that, we have colonies in this city or indeed across the country, unauthorized colonies that get regularized because the people in those colonies have clout. This happens in every part of the country. Government land has been encroached upon by the rich and powerful, and they get away with it. They have the power to go to court, stop the demolition. Someone like Wakil Hassan doesn't have that power. Is this an unequal society where those who live in unauthorized colonies can get themselves regularized or allow those colonies to continue for years on end? कोई bulldozer वहां नहीं आएगा, Najeeb साहब.
Absolutely. I mean, this is very, very evident from what is happening around us, and I'm telling you that this is against the law. You can't demolish unless you give him an alternate place. So what the gentleman in DDA has done is patently irregular. And what I would want to hear from the Vice Chairman DDA is what action is being taken against that man who went and demolished this. You see, this culture that you can go and bulldoze, this culture that you can lock up a person without any punishment to you, when you can order a lathi charge without any repercussions on you, this is all getting into our psyche, into the psyche and DNA of the bureaucracy. This is incorrect. And I think that it's time for us to protest